Welcome to the social class. So, till the last time, the deeper teacher was taking your social. So, this chapter, that means the chapter 3 for the social, that is on geography, our changing earth. So, this chapter I will take. And in the last chapter, whatever the things may be covered here. So, some of the things we have to be related here also there. So, now we'll start the third chapter of the geography, and it is our changing earth. Now the question is that how our earths are changed and how the earths are formed. So you maybe already studied in the first chapter and second chapter how the earths are changed here. Like we divide it into a four sphere, that means atmosphere, biosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. So above that we have to also see that like on the earth crust, especially if you divide into the earth, it's the three layers are there. The topmost layers are known as crust, second one is known as mantle, and the third one is known as core. So as per how much it go into the depth, that much the temperatures are high there. So due to that frequent change in the temperatures and the movement of the earth crust, we found that some of the natural calamities are there. So the things I will explain one by one. So now I'll start the earth movement of the topic of your chapter. So on the earth movement, we have to be concentrated especially on the two terms, that is endogenic force and exogenic force. As I already mentioned that the four spheres are there, that is atmosphere, which means air sphere, that means air place, area. The second one is biosphere. The bios means where the living beings are survived here, where the peoples we are living here in this space are known as biosphere. And the third one is lithosphere. Lithosphere means, lithos means land, sphere means place, area. So that's known as the lithosphere, where we are living. This land are known as lithosphere. And the fourth one is, that is hydrosphere. Hydro means water, sphere means their place, this area. So hydro means area. So as per this 4 point, now in this chapter we have to concentrate on the lithosphere, the land, how the lands are transformed, how the lands are changed. If you study the book, you may find there's like tectonic plates are there, like convergence of the plate, divergence of the plate. We are simply living on the earth, and you may never find any movement. And generally, you may feel that we are living in the free space, the movement of the earth, and how the soil are formed. The soil are formed, the thousands of soils are need to be formed thousands of years. In 100 years, only few centimeters are increasing there. But inside the interior, the movements are there continuously. So as per the reports of that is the endogenic force and exogenic force. Endogenic force means interiors of the movement of the soil, and exogenic means outside. Exo means outsiders, that means surface movement. So force their movement. Now first we have to be concentrated on the endogenic force. On the endogenic force, the sudden forces. What are the sudden forces are there which are occurring inside the beneath of the earth? So like the first point, earthquake. Yes, you already know that. The earthquake, a sudden movement of the earth and eruptions. So the shaking of the earth, especially soil, that's we refer as the earthquake. Now in the earthquake also, they have two important terms, especially on epicenter and the focus. Now, what is the epicenter and what is the focus? So just I will rub it. So after that, I will draw it again. So as I say on the earthquake, especially earthquake, we have to remember the two important points, that is focus and number 2 is epicenter. Now what is the focus and epicenter? Especially when it refers to the focus is the placed and the particular that area where the starting of the volcanic, earthquake, especially like the focus mostly found in the beneath of the earth. And the second point is the epicenter. The epicenter means from which area the earthquakes are started, especially like if I say, for example, in our Zero Valley, here many colonies are there, many villages are there. So that particular colony, particular village, if it is started from that area and extended it more there, that's known as the epicenter. But focus are found in the beneath, that means interior of the earth, and the epicenters are mostly found on the surface of the earth from where it started. The next one is the volcano. As you may have already seen that the volcano eruptions are, you may be seen, you may be watched on televisions. So generally when we found the volcano, due to the lava magma, you already studied in the second chapter, due to that hot molten lava, due to that eruptions, especially they are looking for the place where the weak plates are there. The plate means, as I already said it, the movement of the earth, because inside now also earths are moving one after another, so it's moving continuously there. But when they are found that in the between the gaping, that when their weak plates are there, so that hot lava, that magmas are erupted, come out in the forms of gases, in the forms of gases, and that's formed as the volcano. And ultimately when they are contact with the surrounding air, so that they are cooled down again, they become as the igneous rock. And the third one, generally you find the third point, that is the landslide. Mostly we are also experienced about the landslide, especially in our own localities in our area, because during the monsoon sessions, due to the heavy rain, the lands are sliding down because they have such hold to them. So due to the loss of the soil, they are coming down, they are sliding down from the mountain, especially due to the over earth cuttings. So that's why we are discouraging cut downs of the tree more. And now we go to the exogenic forces. In the exogenic forces, especially the erosionals and the depositions of the like sand, wind, or whatever things are there. So as per there, you already know that the erosion and depositions. The erosion means when any object, especially when it refers to the soil erosion, for example, you already know that the topmost soils are carried away by the wind or the water, so that the humus, which are the very fertile soil. So these are known as erosions, which is the topmost layer of the any surface, which are good as are taken away. It's known as the erosions. And deposition means in one particular place the things are deposited. For example, here you may find that the river, wind, sea wave, and glacier. Now the first point on the river. Now how the rivers are exogenic forces, that means external forces. Like you may find that the divergence of the rivers, they are taking another route, they are destruction the house, they are destruction the periphery, they are destruction the area. So that's come under the movement of the river, especially during the monsoon time, when the waters are more flooded there. So during those time, what happened? The waters are coming in bulky, the waters are coming in the huge. So due to that cause, whatever things they got the nearby, that's like the soil, that's they are submerged into the water, and day by day, year after year, the area of that rivers are become bigger and bigger, and whatever things are come to the water, that's they are merging. That means bigger and bigger come. The second one is the wind. In the next chapter, we will see study on particularly on the wind also. So why I say on the winds? Because it's come under depositionals, like loose, you may find there, sand dunes are there. So these are the effect of the wind, especially in the over dry area, like in Rajasthan, where the trees are very less, continuously blow up the wind, and due to that cause, they are blowing the wind. It's like small particles of the soils are taken to the another place, the depositionals. They deposited from one place to another in the forms of the wind. So that's we refers as the wind, the blowings of the wind there. And the next, that is on the sea wave. The sea waves are very important again. Now how the sea waves are important there? because due to the sea waves, like they are generating the electricity also. So the movements of the sea, their speed, especially which they are come under the tidal waves also. And the last, that is the glaciers. So especially when refers to the erosionals and depositionals. So glaciers generally it's the good examples of there. Due to the constantly depositions of the ice and snow, and ultimately, like you may be heard about the avalanches. And why the avalanches are happening there? Because due to the constantly depositions there and the interior, especially on the endogenic forces from the inside when they are erupted there, that glaciers and ice or snow, whatever things are there, they are coming down. That's we known as the avalanches. And the next the topic that will start on the major landform, and that we will do it by the next class. Thank you. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me or you can call me on my number if you have